first of all, that's great information. Thank you for sharing that information. One thing that when I was listening, one thing that I think is so important is what was discussed about the market rate of rent compared to what the government determines the rate of rent should be, because sometimes there's a disconnect there where perhaps the market rate of rent is $1,000 per month. And for whatever reason, the government in this particular geographic area has calculated the rent at $900 a month. So the government will only pay that 70% of 900. And then you're trying to collect the other 30% from the tenant. So if all of that happens, you're still taking a loss of $100 a month on the rent. The benefit is you're getting paid like clockwork on the first, but the real downside to it is not so bad if you have a single family home, because the fact that you're getting paid on time, if it's a single family home, that is great. But if you're on a multifamily property, and we've talked about this before, about the power of multifamily, what makes it really such a unique investment. If there's 100-unit multifamily and the loss on each unit is $100, well, $100 on 100 units is a $10,000. I mean, they're all rented, so it's an economic loss. But it's a potential loss of $10,000 a month or $120,000 a year. And then if we assume that a cap rate on a typical multifamily or hypothetical multifamily might be a 5 cap, that $120,000 would be an incredible $2.4 million lost there. So that's something that makes it quite a bit different than single family homes. But I thought it was also very relevant what you said about the fact that there's some incentives that exist, some of these loan programs where you can, if you agree to take 50% of your building and say you've got 50 tenants that are Section 8 and another 50 tenants that are market tenants, you can get tax incentives where they might reduce the property taxes by 50%. I mean, that's a pretty substantial win as well, because say you're talking about a $10 million building,